Good day, everyone. For the next 2 weeks, we're going to talk about information communication technology. As you can see on this slide are the learning objectives for the next 2 weeks. We're going to discuss the benefits of using technology. We're going to analyze whether technology is effective or enslaving to the people. We're also going to identify the weakest link in a system through strategic and intuitive thinking. And also, lastly, um, we will explain how information communication technology can facilitate social relationships and political movements, particularly now that we are in lockdown where ICT plays a big role in the transferring of knowledge and information from one community to another. The 21st century has been characterized as the information age. No doubt one of the greatest achievements of this age has something to do with technology, especially the increasing power of communications. ICT is providing an extraordinary opportunity to hone our critical thinking and problem-solving skills, communication skills, creativity, and innovation. So dimensions, benefits, and challenges. So first, let's analyze the nature of ICT. So when we say ICT, we refer to any form of communication device or application, including radio, television, cellular phones, computer, and network hardware, software, satellite systems, and the various services and application related with them, such as video conferencing and distance learning, which we are actually doing right now. On this slide is the first dimension of ICT, computing. Continuous innovation in the types of computer technology have been taking place so much that today's network and devices are capable of more complicated and sophisticated functions than before. So think about the first family computer that you have, its features, its capabilities, and related to the unit that you have now, you can see how computers of today have changed and developed throughout the years. Let's talk about the trends that we have seen throughout the years in the development of computing. First is the transition to broadband. This development made it possible for us to have a high-speed internet access even within the confinements of our home. Broadband is an essential element in the National Information Communication Technology Strategy. The availability of high-quality connectivity allows, for example, uninterrupted video streaming and computerized stock trading, makes for effortless business transactions and a more vibrant consumer behavior. Infrastructure development must continue in order to achieve the national goals related to ICT. Another trend, cloud computing and the cloud economy. Limited storage, corruption of files, expensive cost of computation, and application hosting are just among the problems computer users encounter when they store their files in their personal hard drive or when they develop their own software programs. Cloud computing addresses these problems by connecting a large pool of systems, whether public or private, in order to provide an infrastructure for computation, data, and file storage. Cloud providers uh, offer services such as Google Docs, Acrobat, Google App Engine, Azure Service Platform, Amazon Web Services, and GoGrid that helps businesses and personal users enormously. The third trend, datafication, data management, and big data analysis. In today's data-oriented landscape, datafication is important in ensuring that business organizations and other similar establishments have total control over the storage, extraction, and manipulation of data and other information. Datafication is a term used to describe an organizational trend to the process of putting together all the tools and technology needed to transform a business into a data-driven enterprise. Data management is the implementation of policies and procedures that provides the guidelines for data control. It is concerned with the life cycle of data from creation to retirement and the progression of data from within each state of the cycle. Big data analysis describes the gathering and analysis of large-scale datasets for administrative or commercial purposes. Last trend is smart systems. In today's world, it is not enough that you have a computer technology or that you have a mobile phone that keeps you connected. The system that runs them has to be smart, thus paving the way for smartphones, smart TV, and smart cars. A smart system uses a feedback loop of data which provides information for a sound decision making. The system monitors, measures, and analyzes, communicates, and acts based on the information captured by the sensors. Now let's move to the second dimension of ICT, communications. One of the most dramatic changes that have taken place in the field of communications is the rapid spread of mobile telephony. Before the advent of mobile networks, teledensity, or the number of telephone connections per 100 people in a specific geographic area in many less developed countries is less than 1%. By 2010, mobile teledensity in developing countries had reached an outstanding two-thirds of population. Greater connectivity is also facilitated by the fact that mobile telephones can offer viable internet access. Third-generation networks, or 3G, enable internet access are now available in both developed and developing countries, though it may be unreliable in some areas. Higher capacity, or 4G, networks are also now available. Mobile devices have become the primary mode of internet access for many users, not only in developed but also in developing countries. Mobile phones perform multiple functions other than its primary purpose as a telephone. It is now a digital device that can serve the function of a radio, a camera, a flashlight, an alarm clock, an audio and video player, and many more. The spread of 3G connections and available Wi-Fi connections have increased the use of internet access through mobile phones by making it possible to access one email address, online banking, and video chatting using a handheld device. The price of mobile handsets and mobile phones usage has been falling. Competition is not just in the high-end market of mobile phones, but also in the low-end market. The widespread availability and use of smartphones has led to the creation of new mobile applications or small computer programs that allow mobile devices to substitute for personal computers. Tablet computers have also emerged with built-in functions of personal computers in portable devices and designed to be continuously online and use cloud services. Third dimension of ICT, content. This meaningful usage and deployment of ICT is carried out if it is applied to specific development goals like literacy, poverty reduction, and sustainable development. This means that the relevance of ICT is tied to its ability to be integrated into the delivery of traditional services like education, business, and employment. Transformation of these traditional services means having an e-learning, e-business, and e-employment. ICT enables more cost-effective sourcing supplies, greater market reach, and better quality of goods. And now, the fourth dimension of ICT. It is important to acquire all the necessary skills and knowledge related to ICT in order to understand, participate actively in, and benefit fully from ICT in the knowledge economy. Improving human capacity means ICT in education and training at all levels of society, including distance learning. It also involves the promotion of e-literacy skills, particularly for women and girls, young people, and other disadvantaged groups. Lastly, there has to be capacity building among leaders and operational staff in developing countries and less developed countries, including local communities in the rural and underserved areas and information professionals. So, how has ICT positively affected the life of the members of the society or the digital citizens? With ICT in our schools, learners are not only consumers but content creators. They can write, edit, publish, participate, co-create, and collaborate with others through the use of technology. ICT has a global and democratic network across the planet. The internet is an apparatus for causal connection as well as an open spaces where individuals can voice out their issues. ICT can generate global social awareness through social networking sites. Social networking sites also facilitate the mobilization of the grassroots movements and advocate especially among the younger generation. ICT promotes social development by sharing knowledge, fostering cultural activity, increasing democratic participation, and enhancing social cohesion. Technological advances have improved life and brought the world's people closer. Here are some of the benefits of technology in business. ICT provides all the needed tools for business expansion and innovation. These days, most businesses prefer to fully employ all that ICT has to offer in terms of bringing more efficiency in the manufacturing, marketing, and distribution of their goods and services. Today, technology is an integral part of any businesses, right from purchase of computers and software to the implementation of network and security tools. The internet obviously provides its businesses with greater access to customer, enabling them to have a larger portion of the market share. Over the past few years, social networking sites have proven themselves as effective and powerful marketing tools. These technologies help businesses to remain up to date, drive their business forward, sustain, survive competition, and in short, technology has become one of the significant factors that maximize an organization's return of investment. The inability to innovate and rise above competition can be fatal for businesses. Nokia, for example, which used to be an industry leader in the manufacturing and sale of handset phones, has succumbed to major losses, which eventually led to the sale of the company in 2013 to another industry giant, Microsoft. Benefits of technology in communication. From handheld computers to touch phones, technological advancement in the field of communication are endless. The means and the modes of communications are unlimited. Some of the benefits of communication technological advancements in the field of communications are speed. There is no longer constraint in the communication. You can send a text message in just a click and they will receive it instantly. Clarity with megapixel images and video and high fidelity audio systems, clarity and communication has become a never before experience. Now we can experience a high definition quality video and audio output. Proximity. Our technological advancements have made the world a smaller place to live in. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have data or Wi-Fi, you can send the message to anyone you want to communicate it. Dissemination. Whether spreading information, broadcasting news, or sharing knowledge, technology has made it faster, easier, and smarter. Just by uploading a status, you can spread an information to your families and friends. Broadcasting news networks can televise their information news throughout the world. Share knowledge and technology has been easier than ever. Benefits of technology in healthcare. The marriage between medicine and technology has reshaped healthcare and revolutionized the medical profession. Some of the major benefits are the following. First, secure environment. Technology allows physicians and patients to interact in a secure and comfortable environment to discuss sensitive issues. Second, flexibility. Physicians can answer routine and less critical queries at a convenient time. Cost and time saving. Physicians can follow up, provide advice, and redirect patients to resources on the internet. This saves cost and time by reducing office visits. Medical devices. Medical aids allow patients to continue recovery at home, reducing their hospital stay. And lastly, vulnerable population. Technology aids the very young, elderly, and patients with complex birth defects, chronic illnesses, and disabled children by alleviating their problems so that they can continue living in their homes. Benefits of technology in society. Today, technology pervades almost all aspects of our daily life, from shopping, banking, making travel arrangements to university admissions. Some of the benefits are: first, convenience. It provides a great deal of convenience in expediting personal and business transactions, be it shopping, banking, or simply paying bills. Speed. From sending gifts to making payments, everything can be done within a few clicks. Communication. The world is a smaller place, and technology allows everyone to keep in touch with their families and friends at a more affordable cost. Accuracy. Technology has reduced errors in mundane and monotonous chores, saving time and cost. Development. Technology has brought about development in many fields such as medicine, government, business education, etc. Technology has evolved and transformed our lives and society. Overall, it has brought about tremendous growth and benefits to mankind. While the potential benefits of ICT are abundant, some challenges still needs to be addressed in order to maximize the full gains from investing in this technology. First, personal computers are still prohibitively expensive for many. This is the reason why shared access through community centers and cyber cafes is still practiced. Some of the other costs that come with computer ownership come from maintenance of security, upgrades, compatibility of the hardware and software, and adding accessory devices like printers, scanners, speakers, and the like. Second, mobile telephony has improved worldwide, but it is still expensive, limited, and unreliable in rural areas and remote islands, and poor at providing data connection. Third, in several cases, content is not meaningful or locally relevant to the end users. The system today tends to make the consumers passive recipient of information instead of creators and producers of local information. In addition, rich content required multimedia, which in turn requires a consistent and reliable broadband connectivity. And lastly, computer literacy remains a challenge. Users need to be aware, literate, and innovative to maximize the full gains from ICT. Just as reading and mathematical literacy are considered as priorities and necessities by both the state and the society, the same should be true for ICT. ICT is a language of its own. People are empowered if they can master this language. So, after hearing about the benefits and challenges of information communications technology, do you think that technology is enabling or enslaving? Now, let's talk about ICT and social movements. The influence of ICT is no longer confined in the fields of technology, business, or in the academe. The political sphere has also felt the presence of this worldwide phenomenon. ICT, through social media, has been proven capable of ushering social movements. Britannica has defined social movement as a loosely organized but sustained campaign in which supports a social goal. This goal can either be an implementation or the prevention of a change in society's structure or values. The size of social movements differ, but the action is essentially collective. People more or less gather together in a spontaneous fashion, driven by a common outlook on a specific issue that concerns the larger society. The impact of ICT in ushering in social movement can be historically traced all the way from December 2010 when citizens of the Arab world used social media as an instrument for organizing and rallying large number of people, resulting in a string popular uprising in the region referred to as the Arab Spring. The result is spectacular. Countries like Tunisia, Egypt, and Libya were able to oust dictators and corrupt regimes whose powers have gone unchecked for the longest time. The social media arm of ICT has also led to the formation of Occupy movements, or movements that have no set of leaders, no official set of demands, and no projected outcomes. It is simply a laboratory of participatory democracy. If you notice, in several social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and the like, individuals and small groups of people are now participating in political discussions where they can express their views and opinions regarding their government, regarding a certain topic more effectively rather than before. Because of information communication devices, they can express their views without worrying if someone will hear them, because of technology and internet, you'll know that someone will hear your voice and your point will be transferred to one individual. To summarize, we have talked about information communication technology. We learned about the four dimensions of ICT, which are computing, communications, content, and human capacity. Along with this, we have learned about the different benefits of technology in different sectors such as business, academe, healthcare, and society in general. But with these benefits also comes a lot of challenges. Challenges such as the prices of devices, the connection services that we have, and also the literacy of the users in using these devices. Lastly, we also talk about ICT in social movements. Aside from just learning new information and communication, ICT made it possible for us to have a bigger participation in the social political climate, not just only in our local government issues, but also in international political climate. These ICTs made it possible for us to actively participate and made our point across different social media devices. Because of this, we have the responsibility to make sure that technology is something that we use responsibly and not letting it affect us negatively or let it control us or make us their slaves. We always should be responsible in using these devices. So that's it for this week discussion. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or clarifications, you may comment down below. Thank you and see you next week.